Good afternoon. We'll just wait for 5 minutes, okay? 5 more minutes. Then I'm going to start the class. Good afternoon. So from the previous session, anybody is having any doubts? Can you let me know what till which topic I had left the class for that day? Anybody? Where I had stopped? Okay. Only some ifs, up to some ifs I did. Did I do the date functions? Date functions, date and time. Date and time functions. Okay, let me just recall that again for you. Okay, just a minute. Did I cover this topic, date and time? Now today, date, time, network days and data def. And text functions. So upper, lower, right function, left function. Anybody? Okay, I think I had done up to this. Okay, the date and time function also I had finished. Okay, so like I'll just continue with the next formulas here. If at all anybody is having any doubts or you just forgot to recollect all these things, let me know. You can just pin me out. Okay, I'll be helping you with that. Okay, so I'll just start from today's topic. Okay, so that is, I need to go with the database functions. Okay, database functions. Okay, so let us just start with that. Okay, so I hope everybody can see this. We have, I have to start from database functions. Okay, so date and time functions. If at all you have any doubts, okay. I mean, I have actually completed it. If at all you feel that you didn't understand again, you can just let me know. Okay, text functions as well as the date and time functions. Okay. So next one is the database functions. Okay, database functions, it is almost similar to your... Please don't unmute, whoever it is. Okay. So now to start with database functions. Okay. As I mentioned earlier, it is similar to your sum if and sum ifs function, wherein you're going to check for different conditions, right? So based on the conditions, you're going to display some. So based on the criteria, you're going to display some message, right? So here, the sum, the average, message, I mean, to this is you're finding out the total, right? You're finding out the total. And here the database function will allow you to calculate much more. So it may be sum, it may be average, it may be count, it may be product. Okay, all these operations we can perform similar to your sum if and sum ifs. Okay, but here the criteria we're not mentioning within the formula itself. Okay, we will have a separate criteria written in a cell, and that particular range of cell we are going to consider for the as the criteria inside the formula. Now we have this d sum function. Okay, so now I have some products here, the items and the price list. Now, what is my criteria? I have written the criteria separately. As I mentioned, dsum function will require the criteria in separate cell range of cells, right? So that is why I have mentioned the product and the criteria, okay, separately along with the column headings. So this is mandatory. You need to mention the column headings. So like this, we will be mentioning the criteria. So what exactly I'm finding out here, I need to check out for pens, the total number of pens, not the count, the price of the pens. And what is my criteria? Criteria is its price should be greater than or equal to 20. So dsum function I'm using here, so is equal to dsum. Okay, what exactly it says? It adds the numbers in the field of records in the database that match the conditions you specify. So it is going to add the numbers in the field. It is going to add the number of fields in the records. Records are nothing but these rows, and fields are nothing but the columns. Okay, so it is going to add the records in the database that match the conditions which we specify, which we have specified over here. Okay, so what is the syntax of dsum? First of all, it requires the database that I want to work with. Okay, so the database is nothing but the complete table. So I'm going to select it. Okay, so the complete table is selected over here, comma, field, as I mentioned, I need to add the prices, right? So I need to select the field that is price, and comma, what is my criteria? I have mentioned the criteria separately here as items, pens. I'm actually adding the details of prices of pens, right? So I will select the criteria. What is the actual criteria here? The pen's price should be greater than or equal to 20. So only those rows which have the pens and price greater than or equal to 20 will be selected for calculation of sum. Okay, so now as you can see, I'll just press enter. So I've got the result as 140. So how did I get 140? Just choose this. So pens greater than or equal to 20, right? So 95 I can select and 45 I can select. So I'll just go with sum is equal to sum. Okay, so I'll select the number of cells here. Pens 95, comma, and pens 45, comma. Okay, and I don't have to consider this one, right? Because, one second. So I need to consider this one. And here we have pens is equal to 15, but it doesn't match my criteria. So I will just close the function over here and press enter. See, my result here using dsum will match with the normal function. Here what I did in the sum function, I have to select the cells by manually, right? But dsum it is going to select the cells by itself, right? Automatically it is calculating everything from the database which we have provided according to the criteria. Okay, my criteria that is separately written in the Excel sheet. So similar to this dsum, we have d average, d count, and d product. Okay, anybody is having any doubts in dsum? Dsum, should I explain it again? Any doubts here? Okay, I hope nobody has any doubts. Okay, so similar to d sum, we have d average, right? So d average. So what does this d average is going to do? It is going to find out the average. That's all. Okay, so now, so here I have to search for average quantity of television sold, or you can also go with this condition. Okay, brand is Samsung, quantity is greater than 10. Okay, we'll just remove this. We'll just have find out first of all the average of this one, Samsung. Okay, wherever the brand Samsung is available, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is there, 5 rows are there. I need to find out the average of the quantity. Okay, so the product may be anything, but the brand should be considered as Samsung, and the quantity should be greater than 10. So only if the quantity is greater than 10, then we need to find out the average of the quantity. So how do I do that? I can go with D average, okay, is equal to D average function. What exactly it requires? It requires the database, right? So I'm working with this database. I'll just go with this database, complete database, comma. What exactly I'm looking for? Average quantity of Samsung, right? Average quantity of Samsung. So I will just select the quantity field, comma, and finally the criteria. So finally is this one I need to select as the criteria and close the brackets and press enter. The average of that is 45.5. Okay, so now 45.5. If you want me to show manually, so just select the Samsung brand. Here 40 can be selected since the criteria is matching, right? So it is greater than 10. And Samsung 20 also can be selected over here, and 10. 10, will 10 be selected here? Will 10 be selected over here? I have taken the condition as greater than 10, right? So it is not equal to 10. Greater than or equal to 10 is not there. So your Samsung quantity, which is having only exactly equal to 10, will not be considered for this as a criteria. Okay, it will not be matching the criteria. So this is left out. So 40 plus 20 and Samsung 70 can be taken out, and Samsung 52 also can be taken. Okay, so all this finding out the average, okay, we can get this value. Okay, if at all you want to do it manually, that also it's possible. We have the function, right? So just the average function. In that I can just choose the value cells. So first one I can go with comma, second one comma, and we can have this one comma and 52. Okay, so I'll just close the brackets, press enter. See, both the values are same. So either you can go with this one instead of doing it manually. What I am trying to do, we are based on a criteria we are doing. Actually, we are based on a criteria we are checking for the average. So that is when we can go with database function, wherein the criteria should match the entire database. Okay, so that is when we go with the database functions. Okay, so similar to this. Okay, so we have D product here. We have D product. It is nothing but you can just, it is going to find out the product. That's all. Okay, see, we have different fruits over here and the quantity we have mentioned here in the database. Okay, what is my criteria? Fruits. I'm selecting mango. Greater than, if the quantity is greater than 5, I need to find out the product of all the appearance of that particular fruit in the table. Okay, so for that I'll go with product is equal to D product. Okay, and it's similar to the other functions. It also requires three fields, three arguments. So what are those? The complete database. Okay, so the complete database. Okay, and comma, the field which I want to calculate. So that is nothing but I mean to say here, whenever it asks me for field, here in the criteria, what exactly I'm trying to get the product of, that field I need to select. Here I want the product of the quantity, right? So I'll just select the field here as quantity, comma. What is the criteria? Fruits or mango, which is which the quantity is greater than 5. Okay, only those rows will be selected and we are going to find out the product of quantities from that. Okay, so I'll just close the brackets and press enter. It is going to have 130. Okay, product of mangoes. So which are all the rows considered here? We can consider 5. No, because the condition is only greater than 5. And we can go with 3. No, because it is greater than 5, and only the 13 here and the 10 here can be considered. Okay, so 10 into 13 will be your 130. Okay, so this is how the product of particular, see, all others are same, the working is same. See, only the syntax, sorry, the syntax also is same, right? Only the criteria what we are choosing for calculating the product sum or average or even the count, only those will differ. Okay, so the next one here in the database function is decount. Okay, so based on the criteria what I have given, it is just going to count the number of item present. Okay, so here pens, the item is pens, okay, whose price is greater than 50, okay, only those rows will be selected for counting them, okay. So now what is the condition? Sorry, what is the formula here? D count, okay. So the D count, and it is going to have the database considered here, full database, comma, which is the field here. I need to find out the price, because I'm checking whether it is greater than or 50, right? Comma, what is the criteria? Items price, right? So I can just close the brackets over here and press enter. We have the pens greater than 50 here, only one row, right? So here I have this pens as 45, which is lesser than 50, and we have pens here with 15 as the price, right? So others are not matching the criteria, so it is going to count only this row which has the price greater than 50. Okay, so if at all I change this one to 105 and press enter, see, the automatically the value here in the result column gets changed, right? That is because it is automated. We are using the database function along with this criteria as manual, right? Which I have separately written it. I haven't written inside the particular formula. So here automatically this result will be changed whenever you change the prices over here. If at all I change this one to books again, okay, so if I change that, the count again, it comes back to 1. So similar to this here also, if at all I change the value of this to 13, okay, and press enter, see, it becomes 1690 since we are calculating the product over here. And similar to that, if I change this Samsung, okay, anywhere here, if I make this as 5, and press enter, so average increases here since I have left out the one row there, okay. So the Excel is going to omit this first row since the criteria is not matched, okay. So in this way, my database, similar to that, we can also do with the dsum, okay. So any doubts in this database functions? Everybody has understood this concept? Any doubts? Okay. Anybody else even having any doubts? Okay. So our next function is information functions. Okay. So information functions, okay, we have is number function, is even function, is odd function, is text function. Okay, so we have 4 things: is number function, is even, is odd, and is text function. See here what exactly it is going to give. It is actually just giving the information about a particular text, number, or the content of the cell here. Okay, see, all the 4 function is going to return, okay, either true or false. Only the result of this particular function will be true or false. That means, as the name itself suggests, I am checking for something. Is even, is the content of the cell, is the data which I have provided to the formula or the function is an even number, is an odd number, is it a text, or is it just a number? Like this, it is going to check for some condition. What is that condition? I am not going to give the any condition here. Automatically, the function itself will consider a condition over there. What is that condition? It is checking whether the number, whether the data that you have provided is a number, or an even number, or an odd number, or a text function, or a text. Okay, so we'll just see how it works. So here, equal to, okay, so I'll just start with is number function. Okay, so what exactly it requires? It just requires a value, nothing else it is asking for. Okay, it is going to just consider a number, sorry, the value. Okay, it can be either you entered into a particular cell, or directly if you enter a number over here, okay, it is going to consider both of them. We'll go one by one. So once I press enter, It is true because whatever the data which I have given as a number. Okay, if it all the same thing is equal to is number. Okay, and I'll supply this text. Okay, if I just click on that and select, I'm actually selecting the cell value and press enter. It is false because I have given a text value here, which is in double quotes, right? So that is why the result will become false. Similar to that, here I have 20 divided by 4. Okay, so I will pass that value. So is number, okay, the value is 20 by 4. I'll just close it and press enter. It is, one second. We'll just give it directly because the format of the cell has, I think it has changed. Okay, so we'll just press enter. So it gives you true because 20 divided by 4, either you can call it as a value or the result also what you get out of this operation will give a true value since both of them are numbers only. Okay, and what if I have the combination of a text and a number? Okay, so can anybody tell me, is B4 will belong to number function, will belong to a number group? B4 and B5? Okay, see, equal to is number, and if I give B4, okay, and close the brackets and press enter, it is false. Okay, because it is the combination of a text and a number. Okay, but not completely a number. And also similar to that, here also is equal to is number. Okay, and if I give B5 or B6, okay, so and close it and press enter, it is going to give you a false value. Okay, so you are actually checking whether a value that you have passed to the function, whether it is a number or any other thing. Basically it checks for whether it is a number, that's all. Okay, similar to that, we have is even function. So whatever the value you provide here, it will check whether it is an even number or not. Okay, basically it should be a number. Okay, so the Excel is even function test, if a supplied number or an even a numeric expression evaluates to an even number. Let us check with both of them. Okay, so equal to is even function will take either a number or an expression. Okay, so first one will go with an value. Okay, so if I give 8 is an even number, right? So it should give me true value. Okay, similar to that, if I give some odd number, it should give me false value, right? So I'll just give it as 9, which is not a even number. So press enter, so we'll get it as the false value. Okay, so now we'll just try giving some expression. So equal to is even. Okay, is even, and the expression will be 20 or 25 divided by 5 if I give. Okay, whether will I get a even number here, 25 divided by 5? Whether I'll get a positive even number, sorry, not a positive value, whether I'll get an even number here. Okay, so here if I press enter, okay, it is false because the value or the result is, yeah Chitra, it is odd number, so the result will be a false value. Okay, so if at all, if you provide an expression which is going to fetch you a even number, then only the final result of this function will be true. Okay, is even 20 divided by 4, or even you can just say 20 divided by 2, anything is fine. Okay, so finally it should give me a even number as a result. Then only my function is going to give you the true value. Okay. So if I just give some value like this B5, again it is going to show you false value because it is a combination of a text, right? So then it is not going to consider that. Please don't unmute. Who is that? Okay. So now equal to is even function. Okay. If I give some value here like a combination, right? So B5 or B6 also it is going to give me. Okay. Maybe the value, the format of that has been changed. Okay, is even function and okay, I selected the cell, that is why it is giving me error. Okay. I'm sorry, previously I had done some value there, so that is why it is giving me error there. It is not actually the true value, it should be false value. Okay, because it is not fetching me any even number, right? So define function. Okay. So similar to that, we have is odd function. Okay, is odd function. So just the reverse of it. If I just give is even, sorry, is odd of a number like 0, if I give 0 is not a odd number, so it gives me false. If I give some value that is odd number, okay, like this, and 3, it is going to fetch me the true value if only if the number is a true value. Okay, similar to that, you can also go with the expression, any kind of expression. So is odd function, okay, give some value which is going to give you some so we'll just go with 23 divided by 2. Okay. Yeah, because 23 divided by 2 will give me an odd number, right? I'm sorry. 2 will fetch me a odd value. So that is when the result will become 2. Okay. So similar to that, if you give some text value, definitely it is going to give you some error. Okay. So now we have is text function. Is text function. So only if you provide a textual value. Okay. Suppose I give NICT 24. Even the combination will be fine. Okay. It is going to give me true value. Even if you provide something within the double quotes here. Okay. Double quotes here like NICT 23 or 24 and press enter, it is going to give me true value. Though you have the numeric combination, it gives me true. Okay. But if you provide only okay, and I'll give some number here. Only the number combination, then it is going to give you false. Okay, even the ABCD or NICT 24, whatever you give here, the combination will go fine, but only specifically if you mention any numbers, then it will be wrong. Okay, so this is up to our database functions and information functions. Okay, let me know if you have any doubts within this. I'll just give you 2 minutes of break. Okay. Okay. So can I just continue further? We are left with only logical functions in formulas topic. Okay. So I'll just try to complete that and give the introduction for charts today. Okay. So anybody is having any doubts from these two function types? Anybody else? Okay. So I'll just go on to the next topic, that is logical function. Okay. So we have in logical functions if, and or. Okay. If, and or. Those are the functions available in your logical functions. Okay. So now, first one is if condition, and second one is and third one is whoever is joining now, please don't unmute yourself. Okay. It disturbs others also. Please don't unmute yourself. So now, the first one in logical function is if. Okay. So what exactly it is going to do? See, somebody is have unmuted it. Okay. So now, if condition or if function, it is going to check whether the condition is met and returns one value if true and another value if it is false. See, till now in some of database functions and all that, we used to check for some condition, and based on that condition, several operations would be performed, right? So like some calculation of some product, okay, average, like this we used to do, we did some operations, but here based on some condition or the criteria, we are going to display some messages. Okay, we can display some message or you can do other operations too here. Okay, those are called as logical functions. See, the first one is if condition. Okay, so let me just take a simple one first, then we'll go to the next one. Okay, equal to if, and the if condition is going to take the logical test first. So what is the meaning of logical test? Here is the condition which I want to check for. Okay, so my condition is when I okay, my condition here is 40 greater than 30. I'm just basically checking for a condition. If at all this condition is true, I just want to print. Okay, I just want to print 40 is greater than 30. Okay, else, that means if the condition becomes false, I will just have a other set of statement to be printed. So what is that? I can just print 30 is greater than 40. But I'm so sorry. Yeah, either you can give this or 30 is lesser or smaller. Like this, you can just print a value. Okay. Or even you can do, you can just give some other text, or you can just print which is greater. If the condition becomes true, you're going to say it has 40. Otherwise, the condition becomes false, then 30 will be the answer, right? So when I press enter, it is going to give you the largest value. Or you can just tell like this, if I'll give some condition here, 35, I'm sorry, the total marks may be, okay, I have got 98 greater than 35, and I will say Okay, I'll just say it as greater over here. If not, that is not the case, you can just make it as smallest. Okay, either of this you can just print it over there. So it says greater. Okay, like this you can just print the values. See here I have some other condition. If 50 greater than 30, I'll say it as correct. Else, if the condition becomes false, I can just mention it as not correct. Now, here we have a small table written over here in the Excel sheet. Names, I have mentioned the names over here. Okay, and the salary and the bonus. I need to calculate the bonus here. So for that, I have the criteria over here. What is the criteria? If the salary is lesser than 15,000, the bonus should be calculated for 5% of the salary. If the salary is greater than 15,000, okay, I need to calculate the bonus for 2% of the basic salary. So how do I write that? Equal to if condition. Okay, what is the logical test I can take over here? That is whether the salary which the person has got here is greater than 15,000. What is my criteria? If the salary is greater than 15,000, if the condition becomes true, what actually I have to do? I have to calculate the bonus for 2% of the basic salary. So I will just mention it as 2% into the basic salary, which is that here. Okay. Else, that is, if the condition becomes false, his salary is not greater than 15,000, so the bonus will be 5% of the basic salary. Either you can take like that or you can imply your own bonus values. No problem, but for explanation's sake, I'm just taking that. So 5% of the basic salary. So which is the basic salary? This is our basic salary. So just close the brackets and press enter. So 319.4 will be the bonus amount given to this person. Since his salary is greater than 15,000, only 2% is calculated. Okay, so what is 2% of 15,970? Okay, that you can just calculate over here. Okay, is equal to, if you can give directly, 2% into 15,970. Okay, you get the same thing, right? So 319.4. Now, what is the use of writing that condition over here? I don't have to repeatedly write that. I will just drag and drop to the last column. It automatically gives me the values. See, the Lavanya's salary is 43,219. So the calculated bonus will be 864 rupees. That is, her salary is greater than 15,000, right? So it will be calculated on the salary that she has earned, right? So it is 2% of her salary. So same thing, we can just change the salary over here, 2% of that salary. So what is the salary? 43,219. Okay, and I'll press enter. So it is 864.38 value. Okay, so similar to that, 12,000, it is lesser than this 15,000 salary, right? So I need to give the 5%. So equal to 5% of 12,000, right? 5% into 12,000. So when I press enter, it gives me the same value. So this is just for your cross verification. That's all, how actually it is working, right? So what is the if condition is going to do? It based on some condition, we are actually doing some other operations, right? So only if the condition is true, we are going we are going to print a message, or otherwise you can also go with some other operations. This is how if condition is going to work for us. Okay. Anybody is having any doubts here? Do you want me to give any one more example for this? Okay, so let me ask for an assignment here itself. I'll just give you 2 minutes. Let me know. Okay, I just want to check whether the person is eligible for voting or not. Okay, I'll give some data over here. 45. I want to check whether this age of a person, okay, some names I'll just give name, I'll give here, and I'll just give the name here. Okay, I want to check whether this person is eligible for voting or not. Can everybody put a message in the chat box? What will be the condition for that? I just want to print eligible, not eligible. That's all. Okay. Write the formula and send me in the chat box now. I'll just wait for one more minute. Anybody? Or do you want me to teach that? Simple condition. Just check whether this person is eligible for voting or not. Okay. So you just have to print eligible, not eligible. That's all. So what will be the condition? Nobody wants to try? Or nobody is listening to the class? See, all these things will include to your internal marks, right? Do answer the questions. I have to submit the report, right? So I'll just mark it down who are all answering like that. Okay, you will be getting your internal marks also for this. Nobody had sent me any assignments till now, right? The first two assignments which we have given, nobody has even tried it. So no internal marks for anybody else now. At least try here, no? Just the simple condition. Okay, so how do we check this? Is equal to if, okay, I need to give the logical test here. So what is that? The age here, I'll just select this cell. If it is greater than or equal to 18, okay, I'll print the message as eligible. Okay, I'll print the message as eligible for voting, or even you can give your own wordings here. Okay, comma, I have to give the, I have to supply the false message also. So what is that? Not eligible. Okay, I'll just make it as NE. Okay, and close the brackets and press enter. See, it gives me eligible for voting since the age is 45. Okay, so I'll enter some number over here. Okay, so now if I just drag this and drop up to the last column, it shows me the values. See, only this cell is having the value less than or equal to 18. So that is when the false value will be displayed. Okay, that is not eligible. Okay, so this is how our if condition is going to work. Similar to that, not similar, we have and or operations and not operations. So what is that it is going to do? Here we can supply multiple criteria, multiple logical tests to this formula, to this function. Okay, and condition is going to check for all the criteria, and only if all the criteria are giving me the true value, the final result will be a true value. Otherwise, it is going to fetch me false value. Okay, so just observe this. Okay, so now I'll just give is equal to and I'm going to supply multiple logical tests here. So I'll say 23 equal to 23, 56 less than 2, greater than 2, and I also have 41 equal to 41 greater than 4. Okay, these are my logical conditions. So what is the first one we have? 23 equal to 23, which is true, right? And 56 greater than 2, that is also right. And 41 greater than 4. So I have supplied multiple conditions over here, and only when all the conditions are true, I'm going to get the true value. Okay, even if any one of the value becomes false. See, I'll just change this to lesser than 2. Okay, and press enter. So you're going to get the false as the value. And function is going to check for all the conditions. Only if all the conditions are true, you're going to get the final result as true. Otherwise, even if one of the condition becomes false, then it is going to fetch you false as the value. And here, logical results will be either true or false. Here also, you're getting in the if conditions, you're also getting true or false value only, but we are going to define the true value and false value. But in AND condition, we can just go with the false and true result. Okay, so just like your AND function, OR function fetches you true only if any of the condition in your logical test is a true value. Okay, so we'll just check for that. Or okay, so I'll just give it as 1 equal to 0, 89 less than 9, comma, 12 equal to 12. Here, I have the first condition being wrong, right? It is not true. 1 is not equal to 0. 89 is not less than 9. But I have the condition which is only true over here as 12 equal to 12. Okay, so the OR condition, the OR formula is going to check for all the criteria, all the conditions. If any of the condition is true, you're going to get the true as the result. Okay, only if all the conditions are false, see, you're going to get the false as the result. Otherwise, you're going to get the true as the result. So what is the difference between and OR is? And will fetch you true if only all the conditions supplied to it will be true. Even if any one of the condition is false, it is going to fetch you the false value. But OR condition, you're going to have multiple conditions specified in which any of the condition is true, the final result will be true. Otherwise, it is false. Okay, so like this, you can check for the different results. And the final one here is not. Okay, so it is less used, but we have to know the conditions. See, what is this? Not condition is going to reverse the action. If at all you have got the result as false, it is going to convert it into true. Or if you give any false value, it is going to give you the true value. Okay, so suppose equal to not. Okay, and if I just give some value as 34 divided by 12 divided by 2 equals 6. Okay, actually I should get the value as true, right? Actually, I should get the value as true because 12 by 2 is equal to 6. But since I have added this not function here, it gives me false. If at all I give 5 over here and my result will be, actual result will be false, but I'm going to get the true value over here. It is just converting the true value to false and false value to true. Okay. Any doubts in all the three which we all the four which we discussed now, logical functions? Any doubts? Anybody? Okay. Okay, so these are the logical functions. Let us just try with this one now. Okay, see, I have result column over here, total, average, and grade. The result which I want to display is either pass or fail. Okay, so I have to consider the all subject marks here, all subject marks over here. It has to give me pass or fail result. So how do I do that? Equal to if condition, okay, if condition, and what is the criteria over here? All my subject marks should be greater than or equal to 35. Then only I can get the value or the result as pass. So when I have some scenarios like this, where all my conditions should be true, I have to go with and. So like this, you can have nested conditions, if and and. Inside this and, I'm going to mention all the conditions. So what are the conditions? If the Kannada marks, whatever I have chosen, is greater than or equal to 35, so that is my first condition, and English marks is greater than or equal to 35, comma, my science marks is greater than or equal to 35, comma, my social marks is greater than or equal to 35, comma, the final one, maths marks is greater than or equal to 35. I'll close my conditions. My and is fully done, right? My and conditions, whatever I had to give, it is done. Now I have closed that and function, but what is required? See, if logical test, here my logical test will be complete and condition, whichever I have given. So finally, I need to provide value if true and value if false. So I will give, if the value is true, I will give it as pass. And I will give fail if the value is false. Okay, sorry, fail. Okay, so I will just close the brackets here and press enter. See, automatically it has appeared. If at all it is not appearing for the entire table or entire used range, you can just drag it and drop up to the last one. It is just the formula that will be copied entirely. Okay, so now these are my results. Pass, 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 since all of them are greater than or equal to 35, and you have these values also same. Okay, and here it is fail since one of the subject marks is 34. So here it proves that whenever you have and condition checked and formula being used, you have to have all the conditions true only. Okay, so now if I want to calculate the total marks, how I calculate the total marks? Only if the student has passed in all the subject, right? So if the result is pass, then only I'm going to find out the total. Otherwise, I'm not going to find out any total. I'll just print it as fail. Okay, so equal to if condition. What is the if condition? If my result is equal to fail, if my condition is equal to fail, I will check for that. Okay, value if true, I will just write it as fail. Okay, otherwise value if false. Okay, I am going to, if the result is not fail, then I'm going to calculate the sum. Okay, sum of, okay, what is the sum I'm calculating for? All the subject marks. Okay, and then close the brackets and press enter. Okay, I missed something. Yeah, the bracket which I have missed here. I have closed the sum function, but I haven't closed the if condition. Okay, so I'll just press enter. See, only where there was the result as pass, there I have got the sum of the numbers. Rest of them will be fail. Okay, so if at all I change this to 45 and press enter, automatically it is going to change the result as well as the total. Okay, similar to that, you can have average calculated and also the grade. How do I calculate the grade? I will calculate it based on the average. So what is the average? See, if at all you have got the average like percentage, right? So percentage I need to calculate here. So if at all the average or the result is fail, then I'm not going to do anything. Only if the result is passed, then I'm going to calculate the average. If at all the average is greater than 90, okay, so everybody try this. I'm just giving you the assignment here. I want you to print, calculate this average as well as the grade. Okay, what is the condition? If the average, to find out the average, see, you have to check whether the result is pass. Okay, only if the result is pass, you have to go with the finding out the average. Average, okay. So you need to find out the average of the result. Okay, you can just go with the, I mean to say all the subject marks. Subject marks. Okay, so based on the average which you have selected, if the average is greater than 90, just print it as they have got A plus plus, sorry, A plus. If the average is less than or greater than 75, you can just mention it as A grade. If the average is greater than 60, you can say B. Okay, if the average is greater than 45 or 40, you can just make it as C, or here, yeah, C. And if it is else, you can have the fail statement. If these conditions are true, then only you're going to get it as pass. See, I have sample one I have shown here. If the result is fail, you're going to print it as fail. Otherwise, if the average marks is greater than or equal to 90, you're going to get A plus. If it is 75, A. If it is 55, you're going to give it as B. Else, if it is fail. Okay, 35 and above will be C. Otherwise, the final condition, if it is false, then it will be fail. It is not belonging to any of this category. Okay. So can you just try out with this average and grade part? Okay, just take some data, find out the result, total, average and the grade. Can you do that? Can you do that? Everybody? That will be your assignment for the next class. Okay, I want the assignment from everybody. Can you check out for average and grade? Okay, so that is about your logical function. We will take one more there. Okay, so some example here wherein we can have just like what we did for average and all that, we can also consider here. I need to add some formatting options also, which I will be showing now. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll just I just want to print the status of an interview, wherein whether the candidate has been accepted or not. Okay, what are the criteria? I can go with the age, I can go with the degree, I can also go with the experience. Okay, all the three will just try it once. C is equal to if and, okay, I am checking for actually two conditions. So what is that? If the age is greater than or equal to 24, comma, if the age is lesser than or equal to 36, okay, so that is my condition, comma, only if these two are matched, then the employee will be, the particular candidate will be accepted. Okay, else, or if the condition becomes false, if any of the condition between this is false, then he will be rejected. Okay, so if I press enter, automatically it will give me the result because the age of the person is 32, right? So it is between the range, so he is accepted. Similar to that, I will just drag up to this. See, all the three are accepted here since the age of them will be is between 24 to 36. If at all I change this one to 22, as soon as I do this, it gets rejected. As soon as I change the age here, the condition is not satisfied, so it is giving you rejected. Okay, so now for this, even if I just try to give some value here, 56 Bcom, and say enter, and experience also I need to mention. So 4, okay, so press enter. The formatting option, the formula I've just copied up to this. I'll just do it for the rest of them. Okay, see, everything is rejected. Here it is 22, that is rejected. 56, so it is rejected. If I start typing 25 and press enter, see, automatically it changes to accepted. And if I give 67 and press enter, it is rejected. If I say 24 again, okay, so 34 accepted, and 39 rejected. Okay, we'll just give it as 23 again. It is rejected. Okay, because it is less than, it is not in the range. Now, all these cells here, I just wanted to format it. See, already we have seen this, but once again, I'm going to show you in this formatting option. See here, I want to display the cell which has the text as accepted in red and which is rejected into. Okay, let me just remove this first. Okay, and I'm going to apply the formatting option to the entire column. So what exactly it is, I'll go to conditional formatting and select this new rule. Okay, and here we have an option called as format only cells that contain. Just select that and you will get here format only cells with. Here by default it is cell value. You can even change this to specific text. So what exactly meaning the specific text is, I am going to mention if the cell contains accepted. Okay, so then format those cells with, fill that with red color and click on OK and click here. See, both of them will be in red color. Similar to that, I have selected the entire column. Go to the conditional formatting again and say new rule and format only cells that contain specific text, and here I will mention it as rejected. Okay, and I will just format that with green color and click on OK and click OK here. See, it will be rejected. So now as soon as I enter value, see, it is changing to the different formatting options. So I'll give it as 34 here. It is accepted, and 45 rejected. Okay, 20, 26 accepted, 30 accepted. Like this, the format to which column I have applied, everywhere it is going to consider the condition formatting. Okay, anybody is having any doubts in this? How to apply this formatting option? See, this we already have seen in conditional formatting, right? But here, just a quick review on that. Okay, any doubts here? Okay, so similar to one of the condition over here, we can also go with checking of whether the degree is BCA or Bcom. Okay, or experience is 1 or between 5. Can you just try for this also? Logical functions. You give some candidate names, their age, degree, experience, and the status column. Okay, you can just take a screenshot of this and try with this criteria, whether the degree is BCA or whether the degree is Bcom. Okay, here you will not be using and, you will be using or. Okay, as the criteria I have only mentioned that. So how do you do it? If condition or, instead of, see, with this we call it as nested. Okay, now I have given all the criteria, 3 different criteria differently, right? So you can also merge all of them like this. Okay, so if, and here I'm checking for the age. If it is in between 24 to 36, okay, if the age is between 24 to 36, and also I'm considering here the degree, whether it is BCA or BCom, and one more condition, experience between 1 to 5. Okay, if all of this are, all the conditions are matched, then you're going to get the result as accepted. If any of this condition is not true, then you're going to get it as rejected. Okay, so you can also take a short screenshot of this. Please try with all the conditions. Separately, you try with this condition first, this next, and last one is experience. Finally, you can merge all the 3 together. Can everybody do this? Any doubts how to use this? If at all you don't have any doubts, I'll go further to the next topic. Okay, so just to take 2 minutes of break, I will continue with the charts. Okay, so by that time, we can just work on this, how to combine the conditions there. So can I continue with the next topic? Everybody are clear with the formulas? Okay, so that logical functions, as of now for the basic Excel, it will be fine. Okay, when you come to the advanced Excel concepts, you will have more formulas of that. Okay, these are the basic functions or the formulas we had. Okay, so that is the end, and we'll just take on the next topic as charts. Okay, so here charts means basically what do you mean by a chart? Chart, anybody? What do you mean by a chart? What do you mean by a chart? See, whatever the data here is visible to you, like I have just entered 3 rows of data, right? 3 rows with 6 columns of data. Okay, so the tabular format is available. This will have a least, look and feel for you to analyze what exactly is happening, right? So see, if at all I just explain the theory part without showing you anything, without showing the practical Excel sheet, will that be effective for you to understand? Similarly, okay, when I have a data here in the table, the important thing about Excel, important feature about Excel is it supports you for analyzing of the data, right? So when I just have the table of data, I can't actually, whenever I have large database, it will be difficult for me to analyze the data. So what will be the right way of doing it? It will be with the help of charts. So charts will help you to represent the data in a particular format. Okay. So that it will help you to analyze the data in a right way. So now I just have the table of data in which I have the details of admissions for different degrees here starting from 2015 to 2020 year. I'm just checking for the admissions happened for different degrees. Okay, so in the year 2015, what was the admission number for Bcom? Similarly for BCA and BBA. Okay, so that particular graph, we can analyze it with the help of charts. Okay, so in this class, basically it is a graphical representation of your data. Okay, so in charts, we have different ways of representing it. Okay, we have different chart types. Okay, but basically what are the types we have? I'm going to explain you in this today's class, but how exactly it looks, okay, we are going to discuss in the next session. So now here, first of all, we need to know how to insert a chart, what is the shortcut, and what are all the chart elements we have. Okay, I think up to that we can cover up for today's class, in today's class. So next class onwards, I'll be showing you what are the types of charts we have. Okay, so now, or we'll just try directly take the types in the next class. Okay. Now I have a college database over here. I want to apply the date chart for this particular table. Okay. So I'll just select the table, select the range here, and go to insert tab, go to insert tab, and the first option, in the middle, you have the charts as the group. Charts as the group. There you have different types of charts being mentioned. Okay, so if you go to the recommended charts, by default, it is going to allot some chart for you. If at all you don't want that, if I click on this, see, it will recommend you for some charts. You can choose one of those. If at all you don't want these automatic charts which are available, you can just go to the option called as all charts, which is next to it. This particular option will list out all the types of charts available in Excel. Okay, and on the right hand side, see left hand side, it is showing you the different list, right? Different list of different types of charts. On the right hand side, you have the variants in that particular charts. What is it? See, the first one we have it as clustered column. Second one will be the stacked column. third one will be 100% stack column. Like this, you have different variants. Okay, so here you have the 2D option as well as 3D option in all the charts. Okay, most of the charts. Now the down one, two charts are available for you, right? So these two are the preview of the charts. Those two are the preview of the charts. See, the first one will show you different in one angle, and the second one will show you in the different angle. Okay, how is that? It is showing you. I will just let you know in the coming classes or today's class when I teach you the axis elements, chart elements. Okay, so and these are the list of charts that we have today. Okay, so now I'll just click on any of them. So let us just go with the first one here, that is column chart. Okay, so I'll just click on OK here. Automatically the chart will appear in the same sheet in which you are working. What happens when I just select the range of data, go to insert tab and select the chart here, select recommended charts, or either you can go to the all charts and select a particular chart from the different list of charts available. Okay, and click on OK. That particular chart will be applied for the range of data in the same sheet. Okay, in the same sheet. If at all I want to apply this in a different sheet, I can also do that. Okay, let us first understand what is the shortcut for inserting a chart. Okay, so the direct route is you can just go to insert tab and select the charts over here. Else I will just remove this first. Okay, just click on the chart and press delete, it will be gone. Okay, so what happens? I can just select the range here and press Alt and F1. Alt and F1. It is going to give you the chart available in your current sheet in which you are working. Okay, if at all I don't want this chart to be in the same sheet, I can just move this to the separate sheet, which is called as chart sheet. Okay, so it is called as chart sheet. So how to do that? So select the range first. Select the range. Okay, then press F11. Then press F11. As you can observe, there is a separate chart sheet open for us. As you can see the name in the down section, okay, it is chart 1 that has appeared. Those are not sheets by default. Those are not normal sheets. They are chart sheets. Okay, so now, okay, my chart has been created in this particular chart sheet. So what are the shortcuts we have? We have Alt plus, okay, F1 for creating the creation of chart within the same sheet in which you are working for. Okay, same sheet. Okay, if at all you go with, okay, if at all you go with just F11, okay, F11, okay. See, if at all you're using any laptops, then just try to press F11 with the help of function key. Okay, then only it works. Otherwise, it is not going to work. Okay, so creation of chart in chart sheet. Okay, I hope everybody has understood the shortcut here. Right? Alt F1 is for creation of chart within the same sheet. F11 is for creation of chart in the same, in different chart sheet. Okay. So now if I just select the data and press Alt F1, okay, it is going to create the default chart available for us, that is the column chart. Okay, this will be the first one. Okay, so now here we need to learn so many things. Okay, see now, when you open this, okay, when you insert the chart into the sheet, there are two tabs highlighted from your home tab. I mean to say in the ribbon. Okay, there are two tabs highlighted. One is the design tab and one more is the format tab. We are going to see this, both of them today. Okay, design tab and the format tab. So what exactly the design tab is going to provide us? The first one is add chart element. You can add chart element. So what are all the chart elements we have here? See now, as you can view the chart here, whatever you can see on the top, which is written, which is mentioned, chart title, it is nothing but the title which is given to the entire chart. How to change that? By default, it is showing you chart title. How to change that? Just place the cursor over there, select the cursor, just remove that and give a name to it. So what is that? I want college database. Okay, I want college database to be the chart name. Okay, so this is your chart name, chart title. And here in the, when I just click, make a selection over here, there is a boundary which you can see inside and outside, right? Inside and outside. So the inside boundary, whatever you have, it is considered to be plot area. As you can observe there, if you can see it closer, it says, sorry, it says plot area. It says plot area. Okay, plot area is nothing but whatever the range of data you have selected has been plotted in the chart. That is the meaning of plot area. And if I place the cursor out of the boundary, out of the plot area, you can see that is my chart area. That is my chart area. Okay, so those two are my elements. First of all, you will have the chart title, we have the plot area, we have the chart area, and in the bottom, there are one primary level and you have the secondary level. See, in the first level, as you can see, the year has been mentioned, right? So in my table, what exactly year stands for? My year stands for the column values, right? The year stands for my column values. Here, the year has been mentioned in the x-axis. We do have different axes in the chart, right? So x and y axis we will have in the 2D chart. So now this is a 2D chart in which we will have two axes. One is the horizontal axis, that is x axis, and one more is the y axis, that is the vertical axis. Now in my horizontal axis, that is x axis, we have mentioned the column values. Column values are my year. Okay, and what is that I have mentioned in the y axis? It is the degree. It is the degree. Okay, so these three, Bcom, BCA and BBA. Okay, those three are my row values which are represented in y axis. Okay, so once I place on the different, see here there are different colors of bars I have. The description for that is given in the down line. So this down line, whatever I have, it is nothing but the legend. That is also a chart element. Okay, so legend is the description about your the colors, which are the color of the bars. Okay, blue indicates Bcom, red indicates BCA, and green indicates BBA. Okay, so these are the legends we have. We have x-axis, we have y-axis, we have the legend. Okay, and whatever you see the boundary here. Okay, and inside the plot area, now you know what is plot area, right? So my plot area has some lines in the background, right? In the background of your bars. So these lines, whatever you can see, those are called as grid lines. You can see the description over here. There it is axis major grid lines. You have so many options for that. You have major grid lines, you have minor grid lines. Minor will be coming in between each major lines. Okay, like that you have horizontal major lines, you have vertical major lines, horizontal minor grid lines, minor vertical minor grid lines. Like this you have different plots over here. So these are some of them which we can see in the chart elements. See, the same thing, axis titles. So axis are nothing but whichever you can see here, 2016, 2015, the year have been mentioned, right? So those are all the axis titles. And we have, sorry, axis titles we don't have. If at all I want the axis titles to be printed, We have the chart title over here. We don't have any label for our access, right? So if at all I want that, just go to add chart and say access titles and primary. We just want the primary horizontal. So it gives you only the primary horizontal. If you want the vertical also, then go to that again, access title, primary, vertical. Both of them will appear. Here, what exactly I'm trying to show in the vertical axis, just delete this axis title, which is by default, and say degree. I'm actually representing degree in the y-axis, right? And in my horizontal axis, I'm trying to show the represent the years. So year, okay? So these are nothing but the axis titles. These are the axis, x and y axis, and we have the titles in the next level, okay? So those are my axis titles. And similar to that, chart title, and if I say none, it will be removed. If you want it back, just go to chart title, and if I want it above, just click on that, it will come above. If you don't want that in the above, just go to that center overlay, it will come in between. Okay, it is not above this level, it is in between, it is centered. Okay, so like that we have the chart title, and the next one is data labels. You have data labels. What are these data labels? See, I'll just click on this, and if I say uh, outside end, it is going to give you the label for each bar which you have. See here in the 2015, or we'll just consider 2017, which can be visible over here. See, in 2016-17, we have Bcom with 111 admissions, right? Blue color, 11 admissions. BCA with 101 admissions. BPA with 154 admissions. Those are the labels. These are the series, right? Series of data which we have entered. Those data values will appear on the different bars which we have on the chart. These are nothing but data labels. Okay, so if you don't want that, just go to data labels again and click on none, it will be removed. If you want it back, just go to add chart again, data labels, and make it choose the place where you want to insert it. So, okay, so the data call out like this. If you want like 2015 comma 110, like that it appears. Outside end means and the above, inside base means below, inside end means downwards, and center means the center of each bar. Okay, and if I say none, it will be removed. These are the data labels which we have. Okay, similar to that, data table. Okay, so data table is nothing but, see, with legend keys, if I mention, okay, so whatever the table which I had selected, the entire table will appear in the chart downwards. Along with the, see, when I choose data table, it asks me for with legend keys or no legend keys. No legend keys means I don't have to specify the color. Okay, it will not specify these colors. If I choose no legend keys, it will remove the colors. Okay, if you want that, you can just go with legend keys. Okay, if I click on that, it will be applied. If you don't want that, go to add chart labels and select data table and say none. It will be removed. Okay, so these are the some of the data table, and see data elements, and we have also have this error bars. See, what are these error bars? Once I click on this, okay, and it will ask me, sorry, once I click on the error bars, it will ask me for standard error, percentage, standard deviation. I'll just go with the percentage here, and I'll also insert this data labels outside end. So now it is actually showing me the error bars. Okay, it is showing me the error bars over here. What exactly is that? Error bar means what is the delay. Okay, what is the, see here, this is 100 and I have the value as 99. How is it far from the next value? That particular target it is going to show you. Okay, so these are the lines which are called as error lines. Okay, so now the next one you have it as grid lines, as I already mentioned. So let us just take out this, yeah, and also the data labels. Okay, so now see the plot area. in the plot area, you can already see view the horizontal major grid lines. Okay, whatever the line you can see, those are the horizontal major grid lines. If at all you want the same thing like primary major vertical or primary, okay, we have major horizontal, right? Well, let us try with primary major vertical. Once I click on that, see there is the line vertically which is placed, right? So these are present in the plot area. That is what it means about grid lines. Okay, like that you have primary, minor, okay, which I think you can see, which are placed in between different major lines. Okay, small lines, horizontal lines also you can see. So within each cell over here. Okay, so here in the chart, I mean to say, not in the Excel cell. Okay, in the chart you have this cell, right? So it is a combination, it is a cross section of your row and column. So we can consider it as a cell. In each cell you can see one minor line and also the major line can be applied. Okay, small lines which can be applied over here. Okay, so these are the grid lines we have. Legend already I explained. These are my legends. Okay, now I have this chart, right? So now, and also I discussed these chart elements, which I can manually upload it, right? Updated. My chart can be manually updated with the help of this add chart elements. If at all you want to be done automatically, then you have quick layouts for that. See, for example, I have yeah, I have this layout which is going to give me, okay, which is going to give me the data labels, legends. Okay, along with that you don't have the y-axis, right? Y-axis title, and you don't have, see, some settings which I explained you now is already available to you. So you can go with this already built-in layouts for quick access or quick application of the chart. Okay, once you apply the chart, automatically this option will be available for you. So you don't have to do this. See, if I remove the cursor here, these are my settings, right? So these settings can be quickly selected from these layouts which are available in the quick layout. That is nothing but it is a quick layout. That means it has already been done from somebody else, Excel people. So automatically you can just click on that. So those settings will appear on your chart. Okay, so if I just give this or yeah, if I select this normal chart setting in which it is having, see, observe this, what are the things it has? Layout 3 is having chart title, right? Legend in the bottom, a horizontal axis we have, vertical axis we have, along with major grid lines. So once I include the or insert the chart, automatically you get this thing. Otherwise you can also select from quick layout. Okay, so it is done automatically for your the settings which I explained. So those are all automatically done with the help of quick layout. Okay, and we do have some formatting options which I will be showing in the next class. Okay, so these here only we have the options, or also you have these colors. Okay, so I think I left this. So change colors. See, the change color option will actually change the set of colors which are applied for the bars. See, first set is what? It is blue, red, and green, right? And if you have more bars, you will also have all these three again. Okay, the next set is with blue, green, and light blue. Then the next one, the later one, you have it as like pink, blue, and orange, right? Purple and orange. The next final one is orange, blue, and you have a purple color. So monochromic means you have different shades of color to your charts. Okay, so like this you can make it more colorful with the help of this change color option. Okay, so otherwise even you can select the themes, different themes, background color can be set. Okay, how do these are all automatically available from your ribbon, okay, from the design tab, or you can also format it with the help of this options here. Okay, so these options I'll be telling you in the next class. Okay, we do have some 4 options over here. Let us just quickly visit those things, and finally we will be winding up for today. Okay, and now I have something called as switch row or column. What is this switch row or column? See, I am representing my years, which are the column values in x-axis, and my row values in y-axis. Here, this option will provide me to change those axes. I want the x-axis to be, sorry, the column values to be in y-axis and row values to be in x-axis. Now I have it in reverse order, right? Column values in x-axis and row data in y-axis. If at all I want to switch that option, switch those things, I will just select the chart here and say switch row or column. So now as you can see, Bcom, BCA and BBA, these are my row data, right? It appears in the x-axis, and 2015, 2016, it is appearing for my y-axis. Okay, so this is how you can change the thing. So now if at all, again, if I click on that, it will again change to the previous one, or row to column and column to row. Okay, so now think that I have entered some other degree here as BA. Okay, some with some values. Okay, but as you can observe here, this particular data is not available in my chart, right? It is only showing me Bcom, BCA and BBA options, but I want to include this also, BE details also. So what I can do is select, okay, go to the, select the chart over here and go to the design tab. Here you have the option called as select data. Now, as you can see the table, it is highlighted only up to BBA, right? But my chart should be applied for even BE. So what I will do, select the range, I mean to say, go to the, select the chart, go to select data option. Here we have chart data range option. Here we have chart data range option. Just click on this option. Now select the entire table. Now select the entire table. Just click on this again and click on OK. Now see the chart. See, we have Bcom, BCA, BBA and BE details. Okay, so how did I do that? Now already I applied. So just click on the chart and go to select data option. Here you have an option called as chart data range. Here just click on this drop down option. Select the range for which you want to apply the chart. Okay, come back to this place again, click on it. Okay, and click on OK. Now the chart will be prepared for the table of range you have applied for or selected for. Okay, so in this way you can choose or you can insert or select the data for your chart. Okay, so previously you would have done, but as and when the time changes, you would have included some other data into a table, right? If at all chart is missing those data, you can re-enter that using this select data option. See, once I go to this, you have other options also, legend entries, like, okay, so these things again I'm going to teach you in the next class. Okay, so now if at all I want to change the type of the chart which I have taken here, okay, go to this change chart type option. It will take you to the dialog box which I showed you in the beginning. Now you can just change the, I can just change it to any other chart. It was now, it was in column chart. Now it got changed to the line chart. Okay, so this is how you can change the chart type. And we have the last one as move chart. So already we have seen how do I create the chart in a particular sheet and chart sheet, right? So here, once I click on the chart and it is showing you the move chart option, right? So once I click on that, it will ask you for two options. Whether you want to move that chart to a new chart sheet. New sheet is nothing but it is asking you for the chart sheet option only. It is not the worksheet, normal worksheet in the Excel. It will be chart sheet. Otherwise, object in same workbook. Okay, you can go with object in the same workbook and it is going to show you the different worksheets available. Worksheets along with the chart sheet available in the same workbook. See here, I have the thing as exercise, dynamic charts. These are all my chart names, sorry, sheet names. Okay, now I am inside insert chart. I'll just click on OK. It is present in my same sheet. If at all I say move chart to different, okay, let us go to the new sheet option, chart 2. Now I just have chart 1 here. If I click on OK here, this is moved to my chart 2 here. Let me go to insert. See, you don't find any charts in this particular sheet, right? It has been moved to chart 2 here. So it appears on the chart sheet. Okay. So if you want it back, just go to that option. So go to chart sheet, go to the, select the chart and select move chart. And where do you want to move it? In the object, okay, which I'll just select insert chart, because insert chart is the sheet name. Okay, I'll just click on okay. See, it reappears in my sheet, okay, whichever I have chosen. Okay, so this is up to your how to use this design tab for us. Okay, anybody is having any doubts here about inserting chart and different chart elements that we have discussed? Any doubts up to this? Any doubts? Any doubts? Okay, I'll just give you two more minutes. If you have any doubts, you can let me know. Okay. Okay, I just want you to prepare a database like this with some data and try to insert a chart, okay, and analyze all the chart elements. That is one thing you can do for today from today's session. And also practice the logical functions, if, and, or, nested if, okay, all those things you can practice. And also I gave you the some of the information about these dsum database functions, right? So all those things you can just practice from today's session. Okay. I hope everybody has understood the concepts for today. Okay. I'll end up for today. I'll end up the today's session. So we'll meet on Saturday. Okay. Thank you.